Welcome, everyone, to Ames, Iowa, home of Iowa State, and these Cyclones have been looking to gather strength all morning long. The Cyclones will put total leather to crank us up. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. And here he is, one of the best receivers in the game, and he just commands attention, both from the defense and from the fans.
Yeah, he's a guy you got to keep your eye on, and you're going to see him line up all over the field in this game. He can play in the slot, he can play out wide, he can run the entire gamut in the route tree as well. Really nothing this guy can't do.
Brown wants to pass. Good timing on the quick out. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And wait just a second, the official's going to take a second look at this one. After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Just need a few inches on this opening drive to pick up a first down. He'll pull it on the read. Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. Just a short return, but that would have been icing on the cake. They've got it first down at the 42.
This offense knew coming into this game it was not going to be easy throwing against this defense. They're at the top of virtually every major statistical category when it comes to pass D, and the quarterback just found out the hard way, throwing a pick on the opening drop.
So the Iowa State Cyclones offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
The give from the gun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. And the Cyclones come to the line with a fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Hansen. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Going to the running game. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having to pass block every play. You've got to keep defenses off balance.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line.
I think to be a good third down offense, guys, you've got to be able to run the football. You're going to come upon these third and short situations multiple times throughout the course of the year, but you've got to be able to get push up front, and it helps when you have a talent like that to turn around and hand the football off to.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You've got to do a lot of this.
Give to the back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down.
I know that was third down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now fourth down.
The decision to go for it does not pan out. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him, maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
They go to the draw. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. Now facing a 3rd and long. Brown will throw it. Looking left. He's got an open man. Hit the afterburners, kid. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And what a nice start for this offense. The throw game getting working, getting the touchdown pass. This quarterback getting a little bit of confidence. This passing game getting in a rhythm. Nice start for this offense.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
7, Iowa State 0.
He'll call for the fair catch here. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball this way.
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. And the defense has it. Everybody reverse. Touchdown, Stanford! Don't just get the ball, score with the ball, and the defense did. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. That ball was squirting around on the field, finally corralled by the defense, and they turn it into 6.
And it's so hard defensively. Do I jump on it and make sure I get it, or do I scoop it up and try to make the big play? He chose to scoop it up, and it pays off, makes the big play, gets the touchdown.
Fair catch called for and made. Iowa State sending the offense back out. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Cyclones will send out the punt unit. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Gets it out of there for the first time today and didn't see much of him in that loss a week ago. Called on just once. He was working his way on the return toward midfield. They'll stop him at the 46. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts that they will take the penalty. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Brown wants to pass. And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down.
Well, when you're throwing these out routes, guys, it's location, location, location. As a QB, you've got to put that out in front of your guy so he can make the catch. You put that behind him, that might be getting picked. Nice job there by the QB.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Another incompletion on third down.
What a great play by the defense. Listen, that's why he plays defense. Yes, I get it. I get the jokes. Defensive guys can't catch real well. But the offense, they caught a big-time break right there. That could have been disaster on their side of the field. Could have been a big turnover that led to points.
Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. The lead's not insurmountable, just down 14-0. But, David, you don't score here, and it could get a little tricky fast.
If you don't score here, if you don't possess the football and put something together to give your defense a little bit of a blow, it's not the ideal start. But it ain't like this game's late in the football game. Create some momentum here in the second quarter.
Yeah, momentum's a real thing in college football. This team needs the juju to get going. That first quarter is one they'd love to forget, so find your best playmakers now. Get them isolated, get them the football, and let them go to work.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They'll try to drive ahead on third and short. Nice move to keep moving. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? It's been really hard for this offense in this game to run the football, but they finally break off a big run there. That could be the play they need to really generate momentum and get this run game.
He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down.
Well, right away after picking up the first down, they go right back to their playmaker at running back, and I love the push they got up front, getting a hat on a hat, opening a huge hole for the back.
And you become so hard to defend when you can run the football successfully on first down. You're starting like that. Now what opens up? Play action. Now you're making me play pass and run. This offense, if they can create that run physicality, now it opens up everything else.
Fakes his man out. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play, moves the chains for the first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
They're going to go right back to him on first down. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. And the Cyclones line it up with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cyclones! After the score, we'll see if that breathes a little fire into them.
And you see it all the time, right? You get that score, you get that energy, the crowd gets involved, and the defense got to get out and get you a stop. But this was step one to getting them back in the ballgame.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Tom.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Brown will throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Well, they pick up the first against zone coverage. The biggest key there is the quarterback understanding that A, it's zone, but B, what kind of zone is it? Is it one high safety? Is it two high safeties? And then you know instinctively where your best throw, where your highest percentage completion is based on what type of zone coverage it's going to be.
They'll throw it on first down. Catch in the middle. It's Blackburn. Excellent job working through the air. They're finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
And guys, how many first downs is that? Just on this drive. This defense allows one or two more drives like this, and they're going to be gassed by the third quarter.
Stanford going back to work with another first down. The offense will quickly use a timeout. On first and 10 from the 38. He's looking to throw it. Going for the big play. Got it inside the 10. Touchdown, Cardinal. And they take it in for 6 more points. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Iowa State sending the offense back out. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point in the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Here comes the offense on first and 10 from the 47. He's going to pass. Hogs it downfield. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be second down.
Zone coverage that time, and the cornerback, a nice job with his eyes. He's watching the quarterback. He sees the ball thrown, so he knows exactly when to break on it. He's able to break it up for an incompletion.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. To throw, it's Beck. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Finds his man. It's Black. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Iowa State.
Despite failing earlier on fourth down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Complete out of the backfield. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking deep down the right side. Got it! Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Pass ball's incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks, fellas. The end of a very intriguing first 2 quarters of football in Ames.
Stanford will kick it off to start the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down.
Fires into traffic, picked off. Got room on the return. Touchdown, Stanford! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Iowa State sending the offense back out. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Gotta start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quick.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. The Cyclones get it past the sticks.
Well, nice job finding a crease to go get that first. And Dave, there's just some running backs out there that feel like they have that 6th sense. They just know where the marker is. They know where that first down marker is, and they're just able to find a way to fall forward.
And I love when they don't dance. Know the situation, right? Don't bounce things that don't need to be bounced. When I need to stick my face in there and lower my shoulder and get a couple yards, I got to know the situation. Great job by him running the ball physical and finishing the run for a first down.
He's now up to 83 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing. Off the play fake on first down. Incomplete. He threw that one up for grabs and into traffic, and fortunate to get it back. He's being a little reckless with that football. Threw the interception last time and almost threw another one here.
Golly, that's best back-to-back drives. You got to have your quarterback making smart decisions.
And the quarterback is snowed under.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in the second half.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on third down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end. Here comes the offense on first down. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll give it to the back. Runs through the tackle.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride.
Line gets set, first down. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. He makes the stop, and a nice pickup there on first down. Leaves them in 2nd and manageable. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Here's the handoff. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
And how about that catch and run? So dangerous, this guy.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
And the Cyclones get enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The running back has it. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Running back goes in motion. He leaves it with his back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quick.
The Cyclones will snap it on 1st and 10. Gonna run it. It's Hansen. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. He's up to 107 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing. On first down from the 13-yard line. Easy. Might as well give it to him again. Got enough space. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. And the Cyclones have it with a 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Beck. Setting up the screen. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And so many things have to come together perfectly for a screen to work for big yardage. And they were close. You could tell that almost busted, but they just got wrapped up, got a little bit of yardage, but they really wanted that one to be a big gain.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's why they find themselves trailing late.
And he's knocked down.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. Got enough for the 1st down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. Back up at their own 13-yard line, it's 1st down. The handoff keeps working on that clock.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Not much there. They'll give him 1 to the 14. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. A 3rd and long coming up here. Wide out in motion. They'll turn to the jet sweep to try to convert. Picks up just a few before he's brought down. Not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. Stanford lines up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He gets a block. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Iowa State has the ball back. The Cyclones ready to go on offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet and not remember.
Got a lot of running room. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Dropping back, it's Beck. They'll run the screen. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. The offense gets a quick timeout. At this point, every second is precious. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. He's got it! And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. There is no point in a field goal here, so the offense stays on the field on 4th down. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
I think after failing on the 4th down, guys, you look at the scoreboard, you look at how much time is left. I think they're going to lose this football game. This coaching staff is going to have to dig deep and try to find ways to get this team better next time they take the field.
And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Encroachment. Defense.
Defense just a